This is Tony Robbins' New World, New You, Day 2 Takeaways. Hey, my name is Emily Jones Smith and I'm a Limitless life coach. This video is for you if you missed Tony Robbins' Day 2 New World, New You challenge, or you just want to catch up on the best bits and remind yourself of the awesomeness that is Tony Robbins. Day 2 is all about the power of identity. Tony Robbins explains that this challenge is not getting back to where you were, but getting back to a better place. And that all starts with identity. Tony started off with an incredible quote, and I'm just going to read it to you now. The strongest force in the human personality is the need to stay consistent with how we define ourselves. This quote is stating that we need to stay consistent with the way that we believe things about ourselves. When we believe something about ourselves, we have to stay consistent with that. And if we believe something so hardly and so strongly, that is going to come about because we have this need to stay consistent with our beliefs. For example, if you think you are a loser, you have a need to prove it. You will go out your way throughout your life, look at your past and believe that you're a loser and pick out all those moments that you were a loser because you have a need to prove yourself right. When we have an identity, we play to it. Therefore, your identity controls your life because whatever you believe, you will go out your way to find. So, in order to make lasting change, we have to change our identity to suit our dreams, to help us achieve what we want to achieve. Tony explained a great analogy that we as human beings, our identities are like a thermostat. Say that our thermostat is always, and where we feel comfortable is set at 68 degrees. That is our home. That's where we feel comfortable in our relationships. That's where we feel comfortable in our strength and fitness. That's where we feel comfortable in finances and business. Now, if our thermostat got lower and lower and lower, our identity, our thermostat would suddenly be like, no, this isn't right. We live up here. This is our home. This is our comfort zone. So, we bring that thermostat back up. But it works the other way as well. Say our home is still 68 degrees. If we go higher and higher and higher and have a good day in business, a good day in our relationships, a great day, a really great day, our internal identity, our internal thermostat is like, this isn't right. This isn't our home. This isn't where we normally are. And we find a way to make things a bit worse for ourselves. That's why we need to change our thermostat, because if that 68 degrees isn't in line or aligned with your vision, isn't aligned with your goals and your future, if that 68 degrees, whatever you have there, isn't gonna get you to where you want to be, we need to change that thermostat. We need to change that identity. We need to make sure your identity serves your purpose, your future, your vision. If you are not getting what you want, you have an identity in your way. Tony then went on to talk about state, because we can't change our identity in a low state, in a low energy. We have to be in a high state, in a high energy to change our identities. Tony spoke about his amazing tool of changing state. He spoke about the 5 to thrive. Most people try to think themselves out of a bad state. Tony says that the best way to get yourself, to start yourself getting out of a bad state is physiology. Physiology is a radical change in your body, in your posture, in your eyes, in your movement, in your voice. There is a massive difference between the way a depressed person, a sad person, and a happy person, an upbeat person would stand. Depressed, upbeat, depressed, upbeat. And this, and our voice, and our body changes our state dramatically. The best way to get out of your head is to get into your body, is to get into your voice, is to get into your being. The second thing of the 5 to thrive that Tony talked about was focus. Where your focus goes, energy flows. If you've heard Tony speak, he always uses this phrase, because if you focus on sad things, if you focus on the world falling apart, you're not going to feel great. If you focus on the good, if you focus on the solutions, if you focus on the positive things, you're going to have a more positive, uplifting life. Tony explained that there's 3 things we need to focus on to change our state, or these 3 things are the best things to focus on to change our state. The first thing is focus on what you have. Many people focus on what they don't have. We need to focus on what we do have. This will change our state. The next thing is focus on what you can control. A lot of people with what's happening now, the pandemic, COVID, they're focusing on what they can't control. When you focus on what you can't control, it's not going to make you feel great because you can't control it. There's nothing you can do. What we do need to do is focus on what we can control. We can't change what the world is doing to us, but we can focus on how we react to it, because we can control our actions, reactions, our thoughts, and our feelings. We can control those things. We can't control other things. We need to focus on what we can control. And the third thing is focus on the present with an intent on the future. A lot of depressed people, and I can raise my hand to this, are people who focus on what they don't have, focus on what they can't control, and focus on the past. That's what I used to do when I was really in a bad place. If you're an achiever, you normally focus on the future. You're very future focused. But there's a problem to that, because when you're future focused, you are not living in the present. You're not enjoying what's now. You don't have gratitude for what is now. So we need a mixture of being focused on the present, enjoying, being grateful, loving what we have now, whilst having a future focused vision to get us moving forward. Those are 3 things that we can focus on to change our state. The third thing of the 5 to thrive is language. Focus on your language, because a lot of emotion is attached to certain words. There's a big difference between pissed off, frustrated, and absolutely raging, irate. There's very different emotions attached to those languages, and when we use specific languages, we can bring those emotions forward. So try to use more neutral language, try to use more positive language, or try not to catastrophize when using your language. If you knock your toe on a door, don't be like, oh, I'm so effing pissed off that I hit my bloody toe. Just be like, ouch, that hurt. Like, there's a big difference, and I've definitely done both of those things. So just try and use more intentional language that isn't so catastrophized. Now, the 2 last elements of the 5 to thrive are what Tony explained are the most important, because you are not going to change your focus, you are not going to change your language, you are not going to change your physiology. You are not going to try and change your state if you don't have a purpose to. The 4th element to the 5 to thrive is having a compelling future. Having a future that you can't wait to get to because it's so inspiring and motivating. Tony explained that there's not lazy people. There's just people who don't have uplifting goals, or people who are just not connected to the goals, or people who just aren't dreaming. You need a compelling future, because if you don't, what the hell is the point in changing your state? Why the hell would you want to change your identity if you don't have something to get to, or something you want to get to? Anyone can deal with a horrible today if they have a compelling tomorrow. And the last one of the 5 to thrive is identity, because what we believe we are, as I've said previously in the video, as Tony previously explained, identity shapes our life, because if we believe we are something, we will live that way. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you have enjoyed it or got value, let me know by hitting the like button, putting a comment in the comments, and subscribing if you love personal growth. If you do get the chance in the next couple of days to watch the live videos, please do, because it's such an amazing experience and an incredible community. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you.